Good day everyone. Today we will going to discuss about geometric series. So, this will help you to find the sum of finite geometric sequence using the specific formula. So, first if our r or the common ratio is equals to 1, then our s sub n is equals to n or the number of terms multiplied by a sub 1 or the first term. So dito ang ibig sabihin lang ay yung pagka magkakamukha yung terms natin sa sequence, ipagmumultiply lang natin yung number of terms doon sa first term. Ayun lang yung formula, multiply. And then, what if naman kapag yung common ratio natin or r natin is negative 1? So, may two cases siya. Ang first case is, if our r is equals to negative 1 and n is even number, then our s sub n is equals to 0. So, kapag yung number of terms natin ay even, magiging sagot lang niya ay 0. Why? Because the terms alternate between positive and negative values, and when there are an even number of terms, they cancel each other out completely. Kinakancel lang nila yung isa't isa. Kasi even lang naman, even yung number of terms. So, in case number 2, if our r is equals to negative 1 and our n is odd numbers, then s sub n is equals to a sub 1. So, kapag yung number of terms natin ay odd numbers, and then yung magiging sagot natin ay yung first term lang. Because in alternating sequence, an odd number of terms means that one extra term remain unpaired. And that term is the first term of the sequence. Ayun yung unang terms doon sa sequence. So, let's have an example. So, example number 3 is, what is the sum of the first 10 terms of 2 plus 2 plus 2 to the n term? So, dito, mapapansin natin na yung term natin sa sequence ay same lang. So, katulad dun sa una, ang formula na gagamitin natin ay s sub n is equals to n multiplied by a sub 1. So, kukuhanin lang natin yung first term. Ano yung first term dito ay 2. And then, the number of term is 10. So, imumultiply lang natin silang dalawa. So, s sub n is equals to 10 times 2 is equals to 20. So, the sum of the first example is 20. Now, let's have another example. Example number 4. What is the sum of first 10 terms of 2, negative 2, positive 2, negative 2, plus to the n term? So, dito, ano yung napapansin natin? Dito, makikita natin na yung number of terms natin is even. So, hahanapin natin yung common ratio. Paano nga ba kumuha ng ratio? So, sa pagkuha ng common ratio, yung second term and then yung the first term ay i-divide lang natin. So, 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. So, diba doon sa may rules natin or sa cases natin, kapag yung common ratio natin is negative 1, and then kapag yung number of terms natin ay even, ang magiging sagot lang ay 0. So, ang sagot na dito ay 0. Ganun lang. And then, next is, example is, what is the sum of the first 11 terms of 2 minus 2 plus 2 minus 2 plus 2 to the end of the term? So, dito, di ba ang common ratio natin ay negative 1 din? Since 2 divided by negative 2 is negative 1. And then, yung number of terms natin ay 11. So, 11 is an odd number. So, sabi dun sa rule natin kanina, na kapag yung 11 or the number of terms natin is odd and the common ratio is negative 1, ang magiging sagot lang ay yung first term. So, dito, ang magiging sagot lang ay 2. So, hindi na natin siyang i-need i-calculate or i-transfer doon sa mga formula. So, here is another example. A researcher is conducting an experiment where the temperature of a chemical solution alternates every hour between increasing and decreasing. Initially, the temperature is 10 degrees Celsius, then in the next hour, it drops to negative 10 degrees Celsius, then rises again to 10 degrees Celsius, and so on. If this pattern continues for 6 hours, what is the total amount of the temperature recorded over these 6 hours? So, let's solve. First, we need to identify the given. So, our first term is 10 degrees Celsius since initially or siya yung nauna. And then, yung second term natin ay kailangan din nating hanapin since hanapin natin yung common ratio. So, our second term is negative 10 degrees Celsius because nakalagay naman dun sa may problem na in the next hour. So, negative 10 degrees Celsius. Then, rises again to 10 degrees Celsius. And then yung third term natin ay yung 10 degrees Celsius. Ngayon, isolve naman natin yung common ratio. So, 10 divided by negative 10 is equals to negative 1. So, our common ratio is negative 1. So, ngayon, ang hanapin naman natin ay number of terms. So, dito, given ba yung number of terms? Yes, because nakalagay doon, if this pattern continues for 6 hours. So, yung number of terms natin ay yung 6 hours. Yun yung hinahanap nating sum sa 6 hours. So, ngayon, isosolve na natin. Since nakalagay doon kanina sa may diniscuss na kapag kayong negative 1, ay yung common ratio natin ay negative 1 and then yung number of terms natin ay even number, ang magiging answer niya is 0 lang. Hindi na natin siya kailangan isolve. So, ang magiging sagot lang dito or ang final answer is the total of sum of the temperature recorded over 6 hours is 0 degrees Celsius. So, let's move on to another example. So, this is the word problem. A pendulum swing back and forth moving 8 cm to the right in the first second, then 8 cm to the left in the next second, and then back to 8 cm to the right and so on. The pattern continues for 5 seconds daw. What is the total displacement of the pendulum after 5 seconds? So, una ulit, ang gagawin natin ay hahanapin natin yung mga given. So, dito, ang first term natin ay yung 8 cm since sabi doon ay nag-move siya ng 8 cm to the right in the first second. Sa unang second, nag-move siya to the right ng 8 cm. And then, yung our second term is 8 cm naman to the left. Pabalik na naman siya. So, kaya ang naging dito ay negative 8 kasi sabi to the left, pabalik. Ayun yung second term natin. Then, bumalik na naman siya to 8 cm to the right. Ayun naman yung third term natin. And then, so on. So, yun daw ay nag-continuous for the 5 seconds. So, 3 seconds lang and then hahanapin natin yung pang 5 seconds. So, yung number of terms natin is 5. And then, ngayon, isosolve naman natin yung common ratio. Since yung first term natin is 8 and then sa second term natin is negative 8, i-divide lang ulit. So, 8 divided by negative 8 is equals to negative 1. So, our common ratio is negative 1. So, diba, doon sa example natin or sa paliwanag kanina, ang nakalagay doon kapag yung common ratio natin is negative 1 and then yung number of terms natin is odd, ang gagawin lang ay yung magiging sagot lang ay yung first term. So, ang total displacement of the pendulum after 5 seconds is 8 cm to the right. So, ang sagot lang ay 8 cm. Kahit naman na ilagay niyo siya sa may formula, ganun pa rin ang magiging sagot niya. Yung first term pa rin. So, let's have another example. A factory produces 500 of cookies each day. If the production rate remains constant for 7 days, how many total boxes of cookies will be produced in a week. So, ang solution natin dito ay, first, hanapin ulit natin ng mga given. So, yung first term natin is 500 since ayun yung na-produce each day. And then, constant naman daw siya, so magiging second term natin is 500 again. So, para makuha yung common ratio, i-divide natin yung first term sa second term. So, 500 divided by 500 is positive 1. So, ngayon, hanapin naman natin yung number of terms. Since nakalagay dito, remains constant for 7 days. 7 days yung hinahanap nating total or yung sum. So, ang number of terms natin is 7. Since dito, ang common ratio natin ay 1 and yung mga terms natin ay same lang or ano lang sila, pare-parehas, ang magiging operation natin ay multiplication lang or yung formula natin ay multiplication. Yung first term and then yung number of terms ay i-multiply lang natin. So, 500 times 7 is 3,500. So, the final answer is the factory will produce 3,500 boxes of cookies in 7 days.